In our last investigation, we exposed how the American home has become a disposable asset, built with materials designed to rot in a decade. The response was immediate. If the walls are cardboard and the appliances are plastic, what about the most expensive system in the house? If the brand names we used to trust have sold out to private equity and offshore manufacturing, is there anything left that is actually built to last? Today, we are answering that. We have declassified the HVAC whitelist. These are the only 3 brands and 2 specific engineering loopholes that allow you to opt out of the 8-year replacement cycle. This is the manual, the industry praise you never read. The manual. J-load calculation loophole is the hidden fault line running through modern HVAC replacement. At its core sits a 7-page ANSI standard report, Manual J, designed to calculate exactly how much heating or cooling a home needs, room by room, factoring in insulation, window gains, and infiltration rates. Yet in practice, most contractors skip it and default to a crude rule: 1 ton per 500 square feet. This shortcut ignores the real thermal profile of a house and leads to chronic oversizing. Field studies show 20 to 50% more capacity than needed is common. The fallout is severe. Oversized systems short cycle, firing up 4 to 6 times an hour instead of the steady 1 or 2 cycles a properly sized unit delivers. Each rapid start leaves compressor oil stranded, bearings running dry, and windings overheating. The result is compressor lifespans drop on 30 to 40% with mean time between failures slashed. A compressor built for 12 years may fail in 7 or 8, and the homeowner absorbs the cost. $1,200 to $2,500 in extra expenses over a typical 15-year run. From higher energy bills, more repairs, and early replacement, the only real safeguard is a signed complete Manual J report attached to every quote, 7 pages long, with climate data, infiltration rates, and a final sizing margin within 10% of the calculated load. Without this, the installer is free to push whatever high SEER model brings the biggest rebate, not what actually fits the home. Demand the manual. JPDF, no exceptions. Number 4 is the micro-channel blacklist, the silent killer of long-term HVAC ownership. Here is how it works. Manufacturers swapped out the old copper tube and fin coils for all aluminum micro-channel designs, all in the name of SEER 2 efficiency and lighter packaging. But what they do not advertise is the real-world failure rate. These micro-channel evaporators are built with wafer-thin aluminum plates riddled with microscopic flow channels. The result is 1 drop of acidic condensate or a whiff of salt air triggers formicary corrosion. Lab tests show pinhole leaks forming in as little as 300 hours under acid exposure. And in the field, the numbers are brutal. Coastal homes see a 2.3% leak rate within the first 3 years, compared to just 0.4% for traditional tube and fin. The average micro-channel coil dies in 8 to 10 years, right after the warranty expires. When the leak hits, there is no field repair, no $200 brazing job. You're facing a $3,000 to $5,000 evaporator swap minimum. Carrier's own recall data confirms it. Once a micro-channel coil fails, the only fix is total replacement. And that is by design. It is a replacement cost bomb, engineered to explode just after the rebate period ends. If your quote lists a micro-channel coil, walk away. Ask every contractor, micro-channel or tube and fin. The answer could save you thousands and keep your system out of the 8-year death cycle. Homeowners, post your quote details in the comments. Let's expose every disposable coil before it becomes your next 5-figure mistake. Number 3 is American Standard and Train, the last of the true tank systems still built for a 20-year fight. The backbone is their patented spine fin heat exchanger, a copper tube wrapped in thousands of needle-like aluminum spines, not the wafer-thin microchannel plates that dominate the rebate-rigged market. This geometry is not just a marketing gimmick. The spine fin coil shrugs off formicary corrosion that eats through microchannel in under a decade. Field longevity surveys put these units at 15 to 20 years, twice the average death date for mass-market aluminum coils. When a leak finally does appear, a competent tech can isolate and rebraze the copper tube for $200 to $400, restoring full pressure integrity without a $4,000 coil replacement. That is the difference between a repairable asset and a planned obsolescence subscription. The mechanical simplicity runs deep. Single-stage compressors, straightforward contactors, no smart inverter boards waiting to brick your outdoor unit after a summer brownout. The Silver Series and Reliant lines in particular keep the controls analog and the service paths open. Brazed joints are accessible, no sealed subassemblies, no proprietary lockouts. Homeowners who demand a manual J-load calculation and spec a tube and fin or spine fin coil are buying a system that can be serviced for decades, not a ticking time bomb. This is the line in the sand. Do you want a machine you can fix or a machine designed to be replaced? If your quote lists American Standard or Train with a spine fin coil, you're on the right track. Post your quote details in the comments and let's verify you're getting the real deal, not another 8-year lemon. Number 2 is Rheem and Rude, the serviceability champions hiding in plain sight while the rest of the field locks you into a replacement cycle. Here is what sets them apart: cabinet architecture built for techs, not for marketing photos. The Endeavor and Classic series open up with 3-sided coil access. That means a tech can reach the compressor, coil, or fan motor in 5 minutes flat, no full cabinet teardown, no hours lost on labor. When the fan motor dies, you are not staring down a proprietary ECM board with a $700 price tag and a week-long parts order. Instead, Rheem and Rude specify a constant torque motor that any supply house stocks, and you can swap it in under an hour. Parts cost is about $100, not $800. Service manuals and contractor forums back this up. Techs report 30 to 45-minute motor swaps, no special tools, no exclusive dealer lock-in. Universal motors off the shelf, stocked at Grainger, Ferguson, or any regional distributor. That is not just convenience, it is asset protection. Every dollar you do not spend on proprietary parts or extra labor is a dollar that stays in your pocket over the system's life. This is what separates a maintainable asset from a disposable subscription. If your HVAC quote lists Rheem or Rude, demand to see the cabinet access design and ask for the service manual page on motor replacement. Post your quote details in the comments. Let us verify you are getting a system built for real-world ownership, not another 8-year lemon. And finally, in first place, Amana S-Series stands as the last true fortress against the engineered obsolescence that has rotted out the rest of the HVAC field. Here is why. Amana is the only major brand still advertising a lifetime compressor replacement warranty, and that is not marketing fluff. With proper registration, if the compressor dies even 15 years in, they owe you a brand new outdoor unit. That is the kind of financial backstop every homeowner needs when facing a $2,000 compressor bill or the threat of a full system swap. But the devil is in the details. You need the actual warranty PDF printed and attached to your contract, not just a sales promise. The fine print matters. Lifetime means for as long as you own the home, and registration deadlines are strict, usually 60 days from install. Miss it, and you are back in the 10-year parts pool with everyone else. What separates Amana S-Series from the rest is not just the paperwork. Under the hood, you get a stainless steel heat exchanger in the furnace, not the cheaper aluminized steel that most brands still use. Here is the difference. Stainless will not pit or rust out after a decade of winter run cycles. Aluminized exchangers routinely crack by year 12, especially in high condensate, high cycle setups. Stainless is the only metallurgy that can reliably handle 20 winters without blowing open a seam or leaking carbon monoxide into the plenum. That is asset protection you can measure in decades, not just in warranty years. On the cooling side, Amana's warranty covers every major component for 10 years, parts and labor, if you demand the full registration. But do not get lulled by the coverage. If your installer cuts corners on the manual J load calculation, oversizes the system, or installs a micro-channel coil, you are leaving yourself exposed. The warranty can be voided for improper sizing or unapproved coil swaps. Insist on a signed, complete manual J report, and make sure your contract calls out both the stainless heat exchanger and the lifetime compressor clause by name. This is the pinnacle of the buy-it-once mindset. Amana S-Series is engineered to be repaired, not replaced. No proprietary smart boards locking you out, no sealed subassemblies designed to force a full unit swap. If you want to break the replacement cycle and own a system that is built for the long haul, this is the shield you need. Post your quote details in the comments, model numbers, warranty PDFs, heat exchanger specs. Let us verify you are getting the real deal, not another 8-year lemon dressed up with a rebate sticker. Across all three brands, one thing's clear. Real HVAC longevity demands engineering for repair, not replacement. If your quote skips manual J, pushes disposable micro-channel coils, or hides behind SEER 2 logic and smart board features, you are buying a death date, not an asset. Drop your quote details below for a forensic review.